is going to aspire you all to join Indian Armed Forces. The role of armed forces in a democratic system should be appreciated by both civilian population and those who bear arms of protection of the states and its citizens. There is thus a need to emphasize that armed forces can only be effective and professional if they are under civilian democratic control. I would like to remind all that military with its attributes is just the mirror of the people in the society. Our soldiers and policemen are from us. They may be our father, our brothers, and also our friends. They are sworn to protect us. Before I take my seat, let me once again express our sincere appreciation to you for honoring us with your presence. I once again welcome everyone present here. Thank you.
Thank you, Lance Corporal Purushothaman, for giving us a great push. Now, I call upon our principal sir to ink his thoughts about the career opportunities in the armed forces.
Good morning to all of you. Are you all awake? Right. So, a nation is said to be a developed nation, like our Abdul Kalam's dream. 2020 is not too far away. We are very close by. It is being measured in two scales normally. One is the living style of people, that is economic growth. Other one is protecting ourselves, that is secured forces. If a country is said to be, see, even in USA, the country leads. Do you know why? They are not doing agriculture. They are not producing raw materials or anything in the industries. But how they are able to lead the world, the entire world? Do you know the reason? Because they produce arms and sells to various countries. Do you know why Japan is able to lead the South Asia? The reason is they are very hard workers and they do agriculture even in hill areas. Hill areas, we know potatoes will be cultivated, carrot will be cultivated. But if you have an opportunity to go into websites, if you see, they are able to grow paddy, that is rice, in the hill areas. Right? So the thing is, the economic condition should be improved and the security condition should also be improved. Then only we can say a nation is said to be a developed nation. There is an index, there is a measuring index scale to measure whether the country is a developed nation or not. Now there is an opportunity in front of you. You can also contribute to make our India as a developed nation. Opportunities in Defence Academy. Right? So we have a lot of opportunities in Navy, Army and various other defence sectors. So today our chief guest, Mr. A. Surendran, Director from Defence Academy, he has come with his colleagues, Mr. Ganesh and Anthony, Program Coordinators of today's session. So those people are going to deliver very useful and interesting information to you that may provoke you to join in Indian defence sector. That will induce to do something for our nation. Because of their dedicative nature in their job, they are able to reach such a position that they have come over here to deliver some interesting information to you, young generation. So all the people should not think only to join a white collar job and earn a good income. Nothing wrong in that. At the same time, if you are able to do something for our nation, this is a chance. This is a very rare opportunity knocking your door. I know in some places, some districts or some villages, in every house there will be a person in army. Every house. Because they are all totally dedicated people, they live for the India. They are for our India. So if a chance comes to you, why should not you make use of it? In fact, when Mr. Ravilarasu approached me for this program, I asked whether you will be able to assemble those who are interested to join Indian Army or Defence Academy. Why? Because usually the NCC students taken more priority opportunity to join these defence academic sectors. So here I expect that both the NCC officer from Arts College also has present here. So the people who are all involved already, NCC if you join, it means what? You are ready to sacrifice your life, in fact. You are ready for that. You have been mentally prepared for that. You can do a lot of wonders for this nation. It is not a joke. It is a very serious issue, and you have to think not only once, twice, many times. And if you have decided, if you have committed, you will definitely succeed in your life. No doubt. Your life should be a lesson for others. Your life should be a leading book for others. So this is a very rare opportunity. I am not going to take much time in front of you, because other people will also deliver more and more information which is useful for your career and lifetime. And definitely this is a very interesting job. You know, Sachin Tendulkar, when a reporter asked me how you are able to succeed in your life continuously without any issues, hindrance, he told only one sentence: when I make my profession as my enjoyment, it has become very casual. He enjoyed playing cricket. Incidentally, it has become his profession also. That is the thing. So once when you join a job, you please enjoy it. When you start enjoying your job, it will not be a burden. Any challenge you will be able to take very easily. All the hurdles can be easily jumped over and crossed. Right? So this is the message for you today from principal. So please make use of this opportunity. Enjoy this time. At the same time, you please absorb all the information. And if you have dedicatedly worked for that, definitely you can succeed. And India will also become a developed nation very soon. Thank you very much.
Thoughts and ideas. I now feel privileged to call upon our principal sir to honor the chief guest with a memento. The time has started. As people say, 2 stars in the shoulders are better than the millions in the sky. We have here our star who have turned up to us in spite of a million to enhance ourselves in pursuing our career in the armed forces by tapping us on our shoulders. Over to you, sir.
Morning all. We are starting with a beautiful message from the principal sir and very encouraging talk from the seniors of CNCC. And it's my pleasure to be here on this day. I'm very happy to such an organized university and such an organized college, and I would really appreciate you people for doing this, and for the NCC officers present here. They have done a great job in organizing this event. The NCC students and the other people present here. Without wasting much time, I will directly take you into the presentation. I hope you have all seen the videos, isn't it? The Air Force video and the Navy, Women in Armed Forces, isn't it? Officers and the other department officers also will be there. Other department engineers also will be there to do the job. So 4 of you, they will be manufacturing the bridge, the mechanized way of unfolding it. And civil engineers, they will be telling how much weight it can carry and how it should be, and where we can utilize it. Everything with the help of civil engineers and mechanical engineers. Of course, you need computer engineers to operate, to do the microprocessors and coding and all. So it's all computerized. Earlier, when you want to launch a missile, it's all analog. You have to manually rotate it, to turn it, and manually you have to put a lot of people into it. Then you launch a missile. Now it is all computerized. Just click the degrees and latitudes, it will automatically come and stand in the position. Then launch it. That is what we have done. Now, carrier and armed forces. You can see the difference. Army, Navy, and Coast Guard pilot, Navy Air Force, you can say. There's a difference in uniforms, difference in the job roles, difference in what they do actually. Coast Guard takes care of the Indian waters. They actually save the Indian waters. Navy saves the international waters.
Navy protects the international waters. Now I'll tell you what is the difference between the civil side, normal civil side without uniform, and the uniform side, people, defense officers, defense soldiers. How can we see the difference? First slide. This all 5 years. All 5 years. Now you will be another 6 or 7 months. You will be completing your course and going out, starting your fresh career. Certain things we have analyzed. This is what is required. We have spoken to the students of previous batches. They said, sir, this is what I need in a career. So we have listed few. Satisfaction, of course, yes, very important, right? Satisfaction. You need some satisfaction in whatever you do. And you need to have a lifestyle, good lifestyle. You need to enjoy Saturdays and days off, go for a party or tour or trekking. And you need to have a good professional growth. You're not going to stop with just the executive level. If you join at the executive level, you'll be, of course, you'll be going to the senior manager or manager position in a short span. That is what we want to do. And social status, power, money. You need money, right? That's why we are working for. That's why we are studying. Service, achievement, risk. Risk is what? Tamil or English? Tamil. Both. Right. See, what is satisfaction? Satisfaction here depends. You can see the difference in uniform. Senior officer and the junior officer. How many medals he is having? The senior officer. Uniform is decorated. Here, whatever achievements you do, it is displayed in your uniform. Whatever number of years of service you put in, it is displayed in the uniform. You can go and ask your father or mother who is working, Dad, how many years of service you have put in? How many years you have been working? I'm working for the past 20 years or 15 years, right? Yes, go and tell everybody, yes, go and tell his colleagues or anybody for that matter. Here it is displayed. Number of 2 years, you become captain. Engineers become captains in 1 year. And 6 or 7 years, you become major. 13 years, you become lieutenant colonel. This is what number of years of service, you get your medals accordingly. And you do a skydiving, you get a medal. You do a deep sea diving, you get a medal. And you want to achieve something in sports, you get a medal. You can keep decorating your uniform. That is the satisfaction you get. And more than that, you have heard, my grandpa was in army, he was a major in army. My father was in army, he was a captain, Short Service Commission. That rank carries. My father was a colonel in army. That comes with you for generations. Even if you die, you can use that rank. That is the satisfaction you get. And ultimately, you are serving the country. But anyways, it comes with a job. Next, what lifestyle army officers get? They are not going and fighting every day, all night, the borders. They are not like, no, every time like they'll be standing with AK-47 and fighting the enemy. No. They have a good lifestyle. Early morning they work, they wake up, they go and do some PT workouts, they go for gym, they have a nice breakfast, they come and work for 5 to 6 hours. And afternoon they go and play golf. You can see any senior officers will be playing golf. Or junior officer will be having some sport, football, volleyball, archery, firing, shooting. And almost like more than 20 plus games. 20 plus for sports. You can choose any two and practice. Skydiving. Anybody, how many of you want to do skydiving? Please raise your hands. At least once in lifetime, you want to do like skydiving? What is your lifetime dream? Is there part of training? What is your lifetime dream? Is there part of training? Part of life, I would say. They want to jump, sir, I'm bored. I want to go to skydiving. Okay, chalo, go to skydiving and come back. Senior officer will send you. You can see officers sitting and dining. If any officer's place, if you go, you will be treated like a Maharaja. An officer goes there, he'll be like, there's an orderly comes. Orderly means like he comes and serves you tea, coffee or whatever you ask. So he'll be coming and standing, he'll be offering you water. and you take it, you'll be drinking and you forgot that he offered you and he's waiting. You'll be talking with your colleagues. He'll be standing, he'll be waiting for you to keep the water glass back. But even if it is half an hour, he'll be waiting. He'll be coming behind you. He has been trained for 3 months to serve, how to serve water. And you'll be having 3 or 4 orderlies when you become senior officer. So there will be officers, there will be, 2 or 3 orderlies, they will be serving for you. They are like servants. Because your job is just to command people. You don't have to literally do anything. Of course, in the beginning time you have to do a lot of things. That I will explain later. Next, professional growth. I have displayed 3 photos. That one senior captain, lady captain, she is explaining the Russian soldiers and officers about the Indian army techniques and tactics. Why I am telling this? Because you will be sent abroad. We are getting a lot of aircrafts and a lot of other technologies from Russia, France, US. So you will be sent abroad. It is not mandatory that you have to stay in India and work for India alone. You will be going there and coming back and teaching your juniors. There is a photo of IIT and IIM. You want to do higher studies? Isn't it? Higher studies in abroad. Here, you will get a free MTech from IIT. IIT Kharagpur, IIT Delhi. We can go and visit this IIT Madras. There are a lot of officers who are studying MTech. They are doing their post-graduation. Full-time post-graduation. They will be getting paid around 80 to 90,000 per month salary. And IIM, sir, by mistake I have chosen engineering. I actually want to be in the administration field. Okay, Army will give you MBA from IIM. These are the things which people are not aware. There is a defense quota for defense officers. You go to MBA or no some other course. Sir, I want to do PGDPM or any other post-graduation course. There are a lot of universities who tie up with Indian Army. You will be studying there. We have College of Military Engineering, Military College of Technical Education, Army War College. There are so many colleges in and around India. So you will be put in one of the universities and you will be studying your post-graduation. Next. Social status. Like we will be having, like if you become an IPS officer, yes, okay, you have a very good social status. Now, at the age of 21, what status you have? I am an engineer, final year graduate. After this, I am an engineer. That's it. Have your own status. You can't tell your own status. Here you can see an auto driver's son. He has become an officer. I think one year back, I guess. This photo was published all over in social medias. You can see the top left photo. Who is he? He is Colonel Rajaveshan Rathore. He and his wife is having a high tea party with former President and Prime Minister. You can just go and tell your rank. I am captain from Indian Army. That's it. Any doors will open. If you want to meet a collector, you can easily go and meet. Or any official in any government sector, you can easily go and get the job done. That is the social status you get. You can go and introduce yourself with a rank. People know the rank these days. Those days are gone. Now people know the rank, what army officer is, what is his job, what is his power, everything people know. Next. Power, you can see the left photo. This is the day 1 power you get. What is happening? Normal middle class father and mother. The girl has become an officer, Indian Navy officer. Former defense minister is coming and welcoming the parents or talking to the parents. Sir, thanks for giving your daughter for the nation. We are very proud to have her in the unit. This is the day 1 power you get. As engineers, you go there. 6 months you take training in Navy. 6 months. After 6 months you come out with a sub-lieutenant rank in uniform. This is what happens. In the history of Indian Army, there is a girl who got Sword of Honor. And I think NCC students must be knowing. Isn't it? Senior, who is she? Captain Divya. Captain Divya, she studied in Stella Maris. She became an officer. She has even met men. Boys, whatever training they are giving, it will be different for boys. That is what we think. But it is same inside OTA. And same physical fitness, what boys are doing, the girls also will be doing. Everything she has come first and she's got this sword of honor. And now she's become a major. She was the captain earlier. She was the instructor in OTA, Officer Training Academy, Chennai. Now she's sent abroad. Now she's a major. She's going and studying a special course abroad. You can see the next photos here. When Obama came to India on a Republic Day parade, Wing Commander Pooja Thakur, she was leading all three contingent and giving God of honor. This is the power you get. As a 21-year-old graduate, this is what you get. And of course, you'll be having, once you know, for 2 or 3 years of service, you become captain, and you'll be having some 30 or 40 people under you. You'll be heading a platoon, and you'll be commanding them. Next. Service, you must be knowing. Service, we call army. Come on. On the board, we call army. Isn't it? We call army. We call army for floods. Chennai floods, army was there. And Uttarakhand landslide, flood, everything, railway, army is there. Why? Why we are calling army? Because? Why we are calling army? They are trained. They are well trained. They are ready to sacrifice life. What is the reason? Someone you can interact or you will get bored. You saw some videos, you saw some Tata trucks laying down the bridge and the OHCs. That is why we are calling army. Army has the best technology. Army can lay down a bridge in half an hour. That one Tata truck unfolds in 7 minutes. Isn't it? And you have seen this Interstellar movie? Interstellar. Also, the first scene is a UAV flies, unmanned aerial vehicle. It comes and the hero chases it and catches it. That is the subtitles part in English. World's advanced UAV from Indian Air Force. World's advanced UAV from Indian Air Force. That is what they said. And we have one of the board Olympics, we will entirely observe the surface, it will exactly find, the equipment will exactly find where the kid is, and it will pull up the kid. That is why we are calling army. Not because they are well trained, service minded, they are ready to sacrifice life. We got this here, what is it? CDMA. Some 10 years back, there's a phone, Ainu Kyora phone. The lines are pronounced, right? Introduced Ainu Kyora phone. Everywhere it was there. CDMA technology. That was taken from army. Army said like we don't want this technology anymore. So let the commercial people use. Now they took it and they're using it as a big technology. CDMA. Now we have 52 GSM. Every technology is given to army first. Army uses it. Or army invents it, then gives it to us, then we use it. That's what we call army for any service. Next. Achievement. What achievements you do? So I was telling, I was updating about Rio Olympics. Isn't it in the beginning? NCC officer. We have sent 13 soldiers to Rio Olympics. You can see the left corner photo. Who is he? NCC students. He won silver medal last Olympics. Vijay Kumar. That is Subedar Major Vijay Kumar. He is in the down photo. Who is on the top? Top left corner. Colonel Rajam Rathore. Now he is an MP of Rajasthan. He was awarded a silver medal for his performance in the Olympics. This is what you get. And the right corner photo, that is a team of bodybuilders in Indian Army. You can search, Google search Akshay Chopra. Akshay Chopra in Google. He is the highest certified bodybuilder in India. Highest certified. And he gives 3 tips for bodybuilders. He is in Air Force. He is a pilot. He is also a bodybuilder. Anybody interested in bodybuilding? Army gives all the nutrition. Every day morning you wake up, just eat whatever nutrition you want and do bodybuilding. And you can see the last photo here. He is Major Surendra Punia. I think recently he was in a debate, or he was in a little controversial debate in Facebook and all. You would have watched Major Surendra Punia. He was a para commando, special force. I think you would have watched this in the Independence Day program at Discovery. Para commando special force at 9 o'clock. Also, no. Para commando, just to earn that maroon beret, they run 100 kilometers with a 10 kg backpack and 7 kg of rifle. They run 100 kilometers just to earn that maroon beret. And they jump to earn that trooper medal. They have to jump, and one jump is in the night. They'll be jumping with 65 kg of backpack, all the ammunitions and guns and rifles. From 35,000 feet, they'll jump and they'll be able to assault any number of people. That is why they are called para-commandos. And they'll be not known to anybody. They'll be working in a lot of their counter operations. And he was the para-commando special force president's bodyguard. And why I showed you this picture, because he is the highest number of medals won in athletics. Highest number of medals won. You can Google and search, all this is displayed in the internet. If you want to do achievement, you can go and do it. Army. Next. Risk. Risk is a major factor. Isn't it? Risk is a major factor, right? Risk is there. Army lo pona. You tell me why you should not join army. Give me reasons. I don't want to join army. Give me reasons. Army pona enago? What will happen? You have to die. Then? No, why you join army? Give me reasons. Save panna solvaanga. Okay. Then? Anga pona save panna solvaanga sir. Then? Why you should not join army? Give me reasons. Girls. அங்க போனா என்ன ஆகும்? வீட்டுக்கு வர முடியாது. புரியுதானே? You cannot be with your family. What else? NCC students, you tell me why you should not join army? Because they will not have any answers. They know what is going to happen, then what will happen. They are ready for it. You tell me, you guys tell me. அங்க போனா என்ன ஆகும்? உயிர் போயிடும். வேற அங்க போய் சேர்ந்தா if you join army photo மாட்டி ஊருக்கு தேய்ச்சிருவாங்க. You see the first photo. Who is he? He is from Chennai. He was martyred in Kashmir terror attack. Who is he? No. He is Major Mukund Varadarajan. He was martyred in Kashmir. You must be knowing this small WhatsApp video, HMLA in WhatsApp. It was viral that time. He was martyred in Kashmir. He and his colleagues, all 7 officers and soldiers, martyred in Kashmir terror attack. Of course, it's a sad incident, isn't it? Very bad incident. He has a small child, nice family. He was killed. You can't do anything. You can't help it. That happens. I can share a small incident. I would like to share a small incident. It happened somewhere in Kashmir. There were six soldiers and officers together. They were going for a counter attack. Another border crossing attacks and all happens. And that time when on a war, lot of firings and bullets, a lot of people got injured. They got bullets. And one officer, he was vital, 6 bullets. 6 bullet vital. And he was safe. He's not dead. He was safe. He was taken back to the safe zone and he was admitted in hospital. The nurse and doctors, everybody came and they did the operation of body. They have taken all the bullets. The remaining officers, everybody is safe. Nobody injured and nobody died. And nurse one day like, you should not move, you should not strain yourself. If you strain, stitches will again clinch wrong. அதனால வந்து டோன்ட் மூவ், நீங்க வந்து பேசாம ரெஸ்ட் எடுங்கன்னு சொல்லிட்டு போயிட்டாங்க. That's fine. You know what the officer did? எல்லாத்தையும் கூப்பிட்டு come on boys, come on சொல்லிட்டு எல்லாத்தையும் கூப்பிட்டு he started cracking jokes. சிரிச்சு அந்த கையெல்லாம் கிழிஞ்சு போச்சு. That is the spirit the officer has. Why I am telling this? Because they know that they will not die. They know that they will be alive. For example, I am giving a rifle to them. Here, ammunition, bomb லாம் கொடுக்குறேன். கொடுத்து come on go fight ன்னு கொடுக்குறேன். Or anyone for that matter, just consider yourself. You go and die, come on, fire. கொடுங்களா, come on. What you will do? You will obviously hide. You will hide and fire. Isn't it? Not directly go and die, right? Isn't it? But that's what we do, right? So, if any person, அந்த சண்டை நடக்குதுன்னு தெரிஞ்சா, we will not go and directly stand. An army doesn't take you, sir, I want to die for my country. Why you want to join army? Sir, I want to die for my country. I will not select you if you say this answer. I want people who are ready to kill for the country, not to die for the country. You can see the second photo. Who is she? இந்த பொண்ணு யாரு? யார் இந்த பொண்ணு? Who is she? Come on, tell me. You remember? தெரியல, ஞாபகம் இல்லையா? She was also killed. He was also killed in Swathi. No, this is different Swathi. This is a different Swathi. Her name is also Swathi. She was killed in a terrorist attack 2-3 years ago. Central bomb blast. Remember central bomb blast? That time she was killed. She was working for TCS, basically from Andhra, and she was working for TCS. It's a sad incident. On the family, it's a big loss, isn't it? Okay, we'll consider our Swathi itself. Yeah, Nungambakam Swathi. What happened? Father, put it to 10 வருஷத்துல she was brutally murdered. Risk is not there. Risk is here. You can see a statistics. 43 people die on Tamil Nadu roads every day. That is not happening in Indian Army. That is not happening in borders. You are very safe there in case. That case, that no, you are very safe. You are protected. Girls are not sent to borders. Crossing this Saudi road is very difficult. If you go to this bypass, every day you can see an accident. Isn't it? As per the 2015 statistics, 450 people are dying in Indian roads only by accidents. Only in accidents, 450 people are dying. And army, what they do? Any mistake, somewhere, some accident happens, comes in media, it highlights it, and army. That is what we tell. Army kona veetu vara mudiyadhu. Army kona setruva. Somebody tells this, tell them. வீட்டுக்கு போகிற போல சேஃபாக வீட்டுக்கு போகிற வழியை பாரு, அதுக்கப்புறம் ஆர்மி பற்றி பேசியாமான்னு சொல்லி. Because roads are very unsafe. Next. These are the branches in Indian Armed Forces, Army, Navy, Air Force. You have so many branches in Army, Engineers, Signals, EME, Service, Ordnance, Artillery, Armored, Mechanized Infantry. You can become teachers in Army. You can become doctors in Army. You can become lawyers in Army. There is something called JAG, Judge Advocate General. This is special court for Army. Normal people cannot arrest an Army officer. Military police have to come and arrest. There is a special branch in IT in Navy. 2014 December they announced it. IT branch for Navy. Instead of working in Tidal Park, you will be working there in Navy with uniform. And there is something called Coast Guard, Kadalora Kaval Padin Solon. You can become officer, technical officer, or pilot, or administration officer, logistics, imports and exports. Whatever you want to choose, you can choose your career. Next. Only 5 years, right? Only 5 years here. Yes. 3rd year again, right? Entry starts from 3rd year. University entry scheme is called UES. University entry scheme starts as soon as you complete your 5th semester. After your 5th semester, you can apply. And now, for Indian Army, University entry scheme is open. All the pioneers can apply. All pioneers can apply now itself. Go to Indian Army website and apply. How many of you applied? NC students? Anybody applied? 5 years. You applied. Very good. The second point you can see is the good news for you. What is the second point? No written test. No written test. Second good point I'll tell you. there is no compulsion of Hindi requirements. There is no Hindi required. Hindi is not compulsory to get into army. Third good point I'll tell you. Physical fitness? No. No physical fitness. Another point, முக்கியமான point. Right? நல்லா ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க. அரியர்ஸ் பிரச்சனை கிடையாது. Clear? But at the end of fourth year you have to complete. Right? At the end of 5 years you have to complete everything. If selected in third year, if you are getting selected in third year, you will be paid for your final year. University scheme மூலமா உள்ள போனீங்கன்னா final year you will be getting your stipend. And as soon as you complete your final year and go and join army, you will get a lump sum of 1 to 1.5 lakhs. You get a lump sum and you can go and take it to give it to your family. And 7 options, including while in college, including post-grad, you can go for 7 type of entries before you complete your graduation. And choice of short service commission and permanent commission, you can just serve for 10 years and come out. Girls, go there, serve for 10 years and come out. Or boys also. Girls doesn't have the option of permanent commission. You can even become fighter pilots now. Air Force has announced, please, fighter pilots. You can become fighter pilots, helicopter pilots. That's a different thing I'll explain next. Another important thing, India. NCC sir was telling, I'm just going to tell the fact what is happening, what much army is giving. He was telling, more than 1 lakh salary. Now, for a fresh officer, minimum salary, I can guarantee it is 65,000 for a fresh officer, for a fresh engineer. And it comes Navy, you can see exactly to say 74,100 rupees. CTC for a fresh candidate. Up to 83,000 you can get. And other perks, you must be knowing, medical, travel, ration, higher studies and canteen, tax-free purchases, housing, subsidized loans, insurance, and this. Yes. Just let me go, sorry. Army, Navy, Air Force, these are various entries. CDSC, TGC, SSC, University Entry Scheme, NCC Special Entry. NCC Special Entry is for NCC students who have C certificate. Minimum B grade is required. And except TGC, everything is direct entry, no written exam. So finalists can apply for TGC, Technical Graduate Course. That is only for engineers. All boys can apply. And SSC, both boys and girls can apply. University Entry Scheme, Indian Army, it is open now. Now it is open. In another 2 weeks, application will close. It's on the website, I can share it. www.joinindianarmy.nic.in. Go to this website and apply. Then NCC Special Entry, after your C certificate, written exams, you will be applying. Navy, CDSC. CDSC is a written exam, Combined Defense Service Examination. If you want, you can go, or else you avoid it. Then you have Short Service Commission, Permanent Commission, Pilot or Observer. Navy application is open. 2 days back it was open. Permanent Commission, Executive Branch. All finalists can apply. BTech or any graduate. Core subject is there and general administration is there. Logistics, everything is there. That is open. Navy you can apply. Then SSC Tech, they will open 2 or 3 months. UVS is over. Navy University Scheme is over. That is August 7th was the last date. Air Force, to get into Air Force, compulsory written exam. AFCAT. Air Force Common Aptitude Test. That is very easy. You can easily clear it. Any engineering graduate can clear it. Elementary Maths, General English, Current Affairs. This will be the syllabus. And once you apply, you will be coming on facing this board, selection board, Services Selection Board, SSB. SSB, it's a 5-day interview process. You have to go and get selected in those 5-day interview process. It's a personality test. It will assess your intelligence and personality. You have to stay there for 5 days literally. Bangalore, Bhopal, Allahabad, Mysore, Varanasi, Coimbatore, Dehradun. These are the selection centers. So to any of the selection centers you have to visit and stay. Next. This is a small analysis we have done. The other services, other government jobs or civilian jobs, and the defense, military. Army, Navy, Air Force, we test your personality. We need 90% personality. We don't want knowledge. I don't require knowledge. Knowledge is 10%. 10% knowledge required. Remaining is personality. Whereas if you consider paramilitary, paramilitary is 80% knowledge, 20% personality. IPS, IAS, IPS. You have to study, 80% in knowledge, 20% personality. You consider state police, 80% knowledge, 15% physical, 5% personality. Whereas any other service, any IT company, aptitude test, but here we don't have anything, that's all. Next. Some of the boys from Tamil Nadu, some of the boys from Madurai, Theni, Namakkal, Dharmapuri, select an offices. I'll show you. They were listening and sitting and listening seminar before 2-3 years. Next. This boy, he studied BSc Computer Science. He was an NCC cadet. He was a C certificate holder. He went through NCC entry. And you can see the next person standing. Dr. Sailendra Babu, ADGP. He was there. He was congratulating the boy for getting into army. This boy is an engineer. E&I Minister. Now he is an army. He was posted in Siachen. He volunteered for Siachen. Sir, I want to go and serve in Siachen. He volunteered. His father is also army officer. He also became an officer. He studied in Tamil Nadu College of Engineering, Coimbatore. Siachen, you must be knowing about Siachen. I don't have to tell, right? Next, you can see the height and weight of this girl. You can see the height and weight of this girl. She is a captain in Indian Army, military nursing service. Next, person in the center, he studied in Tamil medium school, corporation school. Now he is a lieutenant commander in Navy. He is posted in Arakonam. Next, this is what you get. So what do I get? You will be standing in the center, father and mother, and the on the shoulder. Tipping ceremony solved. Passing out parade, you will be given your ranks. You will be getting your ranks. In the army and navy alone it happens. No other service gives this. Any other private concern or any other government service you won't get it. Because they have the eligibility and they are the only person to give you that. In front of our Chief of Army, Chief of Navy or Chief of Air Force. First time President of India is coming to OTA, Officers Training Academy for POP. Next month it is happening. Maybe if you are lucky, next time when you get selected, that time also he may be there. Or maybe if you are there, President will be coming and talking to your parents. Match first day one, POP happens. And more than that, most important, nobody knows. You will be getting your appointment orders after you join some company, MNC company. Some HR will be signing your appointment order, isn't it? Here, your first appointment order is signed by President of India. President of India signs your first appointment order. You can even frame it and display it in your house. That's the difference between other services and here. Next, the same boy who is getting his wings medal, completed his pilot training and getting his wings medal. First photo you have seen. You see what he is doing? He is a pilot in Indian Coast Guard, Assistant Commandant Devraj. He was the youngest pilot and he had rescued more than 350 lives. He had rescued more than 350 lives from sea. And he is the real hero. There is no one take, two take, three take. No, there is no different takes. Only one take. He goes and holds the aircraft for 20 seconds or 30 seconds and the people have to go and take the other people and come. They are fascinated about other people, Kabali and everything. Isn't it? But these are the real heroes. Next. You can see read Tamil. Managarachi Palli Manavan, Lieutenant Padavikku Thervu. He worked in corporation school. He was a BTech graduate. His father is standing behind. He was a good old watchman. His mom is a housemaid. Now he is an officer in the Indian Army. He is a captain now. He is happily serving. Of course he struggled. He couldn't talk fluently in English. He came out. He was working in 2-3 MNC companies. Then he learned English. Then he went for selection. Then he got selected. Next. Person in the right corner, third person in the right. He is very tall. His name is Ramkumar and he was selected for Air Force. He studied in Panimalar Engineering College, Chennai. He is SP Pandit's son. Then when he came to our academy, then we were training him. We thought, okay, he was an IPS aspirant. Then he got selected. He was too tall. He couldn't fit into the cockpit. Helicopter, tall idiot. Then he was shifted to Air Force. Sorry, Army. Next. Selection process. You want to know the selection process? You want to know the 5-day interview process, how it happens? Yes. So, for example, you are applying for written exam, just with your degree, marks and certificates you are applying. They will shortlist your application. They will call you for an interview. So, if you are applying now, all the 5 years, they will take 2 months to shortlist it. From December, November end or December, they will start calling your names. They will start calling your numbers, and they will have to go for the interview. And first day 1 you are reporting, you will be given 2 IQ tests. 15 minutes, 40 questions, 2 IQ tests. And once you complete that IQ test, you will be divided into groups, maybe like the same hall, the same screen, they will be showing a picture like this. They will show a picture like this. You have to write a story for this picture. Write a story in 100 words, maybe like 150 to 100 words, 4 minutes time they will give you. 4 minutes time, story writing. You can see the next picture. Maybe you can tell a story for this picture. Any stories for this picture? So all will be writing stories. And after story writing, again you will be divided into groups. Next. After story writing, maybe like 15 members or 20 members in a group. You are divided in a group. They will ask you to discuss about the picture and come to one conclusion for your team. Maybe these 2 rows they will be discussing and they will be coming to one conclusion. For the picture, your team has to bring one conclusion, one picture, one story. It's very difficult, of course, like they will be shouting and they will be talking. You have to talk properly. They will give you only 10 minutes to talk, discuss. Within that short span, you have to discuss and talk well and bring a conclusion. So whoever talks well, whoever performs well, they will be selected for the next 4 days. Remaining will be sent back. They will be coming back to their house. So only like out of 300 or 400, 40 or 50 will be shortlisted. 40 or 50 will be selected. This is where the real competition comes. So if you are not trained, if you are not talking on that short span, you will be rejected. So for example, let's consider 40 or 50 people got selected. They will be going for the second round. That is day 2. Day 2 you will have psychological assessments. Psychological test. You will have 4 tests, psychological tests. It's called TAT, Thematical Perception Test, Word Association Test, SRT, Situation Reaction Test, and Self-Description Test. It's all written test, small, not written test I would say. It's a psychological assessment. For example, let's consider, I'll give you a situation. For example, you are going back to your house, right? Somebody is coming. Somebody is coming to grab the chain and throw it down. What will you do? What will you do? You will be shouting. You will be shouting. What you will do? You will go run and catch. Isn't it? There are situations, for example, you are, okay, let's consider you are traveling in the lonely road, the bike got punctured and it started raining. And nobody is coming for help. And you have to reach home early because there is some emergency at house. This is the situation. What will you do? This kind of situations, they will give you 60 situations. You have to write 60 answers for this. 60 pictures, as in 12 pictures, you have to write 12 stories for that. What 60 back and you have to write 60 sentences for that. It's all small written test, but it's pretty tricky. You have to prepare and write. Once that is done, afternoon you are free. The third day comes the outdoor. Outdoor, there is no physical. What they will do is instead, so I am standing here, maybe I can take some 10 boys along with me, 10 boys together, we are standing here, right. From this wall, from the starting line to that wall I have to cross, right, along with the 10 boys I have to cross. One condition, I should not touch the ground, I should not place my leg on the floor. This is the condition. So without touching touching the floor I have to cross. This is the condition. This is the test. So basically they are trying to identify your intelligence, effective intelligence. Right? Now we have certain things, certain obstacles. You will be given some plant, you will be given a rope, small rope, and you will be given a bulb. Like that. Using that you have to cross. This is no physical, it's all about mental fitness. It's all about how you have to use your ideas. You have to use your effective intelligence. Similarly, you have to cooperate with your team. Similarly, you have to influence your team. They will be testing 15 qualities, that is called OLQs, officer-like qualities. That's check one. Check pannittu, then if you are having those qualities, they will be making marks. And after that, you will have military planning exercise. There is something called military planning, group planning. They will have a big map, and you will be sitting in a semicircle for 10 members. You will be discussing about the map. Now, these kind of tests, it doesn't require any books. You don't have to mark up anything. Just have to perform the proper techniques and tactics. And once this is done, interview. Next is interview. Interview happens for 1 hour. 1 hour they will talk to you. 1 hour they will try to understand whether you are seriously an officer material, whether you are lying or telling the truth, or seriously interested in defense. They want to test. Once after this, you will be selected. You will have conference. Conference, they will almost your marks are done. 3 officers will assess you. One is a psychologist. Psychologist from DRDO. They will be in the psychological wing. So they will be assessing your psychology. Second is the interviewing officer. He will personally talk to you. He will be in the father's age. So he will be talking to you and trying to understand whether you are an officer material. Third is the GT officer, outdoor. Physical fitness. Consider physical fitness, it's 10%. Then you have to go and touch the gate and come back. That's it. 3 minutes time. No running, no rope climbing, no push-ups. 3 minutes, there will be 10 obstacles, you have to cross it. 3 minutes, if you are not having the stamina, then you don't have to go for the interview. Just 3 minutes. 3 minutes, 10 obstacles. That's it. This is the selection process to become an officer. Last picture. This is the transformation you get. What is it? Same thing. He is posted in Arakonam now. He is Lieutenant Commander Vimal Raj. You can also get a transformation like this. Earlier one boy was introducing, he was telling, do you have it in you? Do you have it in you? That is what Army is asking, do you have it in you? If you feel, yes, I have it in me, then go and get selected. Nobody knows whether you have it or not. After you go for the selection, you will understand whether you have it in you. This person, he really inspired me. Why? Because he studied some BSc Computer Science or BSc this thing, and now he's my direct senior. I was also an NCC cadet, and I was awarded the best NCC cadet in NCC Army. He was my senior. He can't talk properly in English. I can very well, I was literally staying with him. So he can't talk good English. Now he got somehow prepared and he got selected. This is a transformation you get. Any doubts, any questions? Jai Hind. Yeah, one more thing, this thing.